We're live.
Okay.
All right.
So how can we tell who's watching us?
I'm going to give you the link in the chat here in 1 second. Pull that up, but leave the video paused or else you're going to hear it double.
Pull what?
I put the link in the show note, in the show notes, in the chat over on the side of the Hangout.
Oh, so just mute it?
Yeah. Well, no, just stop it from playing. You'll still see the there's a comment section over on the right-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
So people, as the show's going
right.
on.
Oh, view comments?
It'll be over on the right. It even says like click to leave a comment.
Oh, it'll pop up.
Exactly. It'll start popping in there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I am almost ready. Okay. All right. I think we're just about ready to go. I don't know if anybody's watching yet.
Why does it look like so delayed on the YouTube part?
Because it's feeding it all through YouTube.
Okay.
So. All right. Oh, let me just do one more thing here. Hold on. Okay.
Scuba Steve!
Scuba Steve. Scuba Bear. Okay. I'm ready to go. What about you?
Yeah, recording.
Cool. All right. I am recording also. All right. Here we go. In 3, 2. Hello to everybody out there in the podcast nation. Welcome to the Geekcast. I'm Aaron Crocco.
I'm Gozer.
This is the Geekcast, episode 343, recorded on Tuesday, March 12th, 2013. I'd like to welcome everybody listening in all across the world. Thank you so much for joining us today on another edition of the Geekcast. And we are live on Google Plus Hangouts on Air. So want to
so jump on Google Plus and listen to us. Oh wait.
Well, if people are on Google Plus already, they can come and watch
us. Shut up. I hate you.
So, yeah, we've talked about live streaming the show again, like, we used to back in the day. So I'm hoping that we can do more Hangouts on air so that you guys can actually watch us record the show. You can comment as you're watching it, either through YouTube, where it's being embedded, or right on our events page, which is right on Google Plus, and you just search for the Geekcast, look for the show, the album art, and yeah, it comes right up. It's pretty quick and easy, and you can interact with us, and it's just cool to watch the show being recorded. So
yeah,
very, very cool.
Because we're very exciting nerds.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, it's not the Nerdcast, it's the Geekcast.
Yeah, exactly. So we have a great show for you guys today. We are going to be talking about a very, very cool iPhone accessory. And it's not just an iPhone accessory, but if you have an Android device as well, this is a very awesome, cool accessory. I'm going to get to that in a little bit. And of course, we have some very, very cool Geek This Week going on. But first, Mr. Gozer, Target is reportedly signing on with Google for a same-day delivery shopping service.
Yeah, just jumping on the bandwagon with Walmart, eh?
Exactly. Yeah, we just covered this a couple of weeks ago. So this is pretty interesting. Google's rumored same-day delivery service may already have one major partner on board, and in an alleged internal letter printed by TechCrunch, Google says that it is excited to open Google Shopping Express to every Googler in the Bay Area, listing partnerships with Target, Nob Hill Foods, Babies R Us, and more. TechCrunch has previously said that Google Shopping Express will be priced at $69 a year, and this email says that test subscriptions will include free same-day delivery for a year for Googlers, with deliveries priced at $4.99 for non-members. Officially, Google said, we got nothing. We're not, we don't have anything to announce. What are you talking about?
Now, Walmart was with Amazon, right?
No.
Or was it was just on its own?
I think it was just Walmart on its own.
It was just
yeah.
Walmart on its own. Okay. All right. Interesting. Yeah. Is this going to be another thing where like you have to order it at like 10 in the morning and you get it like at 10 o'clock at night?
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be quite like that.
Just drive out to Target. You can get it immediately.
Exactly.
How fat are you? Just go and get outside.
Just go to Target on your own. For the love of God, please, just go on your own. But yeah, you know what? Same day. It's like, okay, what is the difference? Now, and I know Target doesn't offer this, but what is the difference between this and like order online and pick up at the store?
Yeah.
Like, Best Buy does it. Circuit City used to do it when they were in business. I know there's got to be other stores that offer. Oh, Walmart does that. Also,
I'm sure all those major realtors do that. And it's really like, okay, well, if you want it, just order it and go and get it. Like, what is really preventing you from getting outside, breathing the fresh air, and just getting whatever you need?
It's too much.
Maybe you have like 5 babies or something and you can't leave the house. I don't know. Like, that would make sense, but I don't know.
I just don't understand. Like, I don't know. But hey, you know what? Maybe it'll be like the next big thing.
We'll see. Like sliced bread.
Like sliced bread, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Well, one thing that's definitely not selling like sliced bread or like hotcakes
or not the biggest thing.
It's selling more like Virtual Boy.
Oh God. No, it's not as bad as Virtual Boy, but it's the PS Vita, and I've talked about this before on the show. I'm really considering selling mine because on my nightstand next to me, there's the Nexus 7 and the Vita, and every night I just go to the Nexus 7. I find that I'm even playing games on my Nexus 7. I downloaded Star Wars Pinball, which is a lot of fun. I downloaded Star Wars Angry Birds, and a couple other like tower defense games. But it's just, it's like I have a PS Vita. It's a beautiful piece of hardware next to me, and I'm playing games on a tablet, which is not as conducive to playing games. But it's just like there's nothing really that's grabbing me. There's nothing that has grabbed me. The only thing that's come close is the PlayStation Battle All-Stars, or Battle Royale, whatever the hell it's called. I had some fun with that, but it's just a Smash Brothers game. There's nothing. They need to get like that XCOM on PS Vita or something addictive, something that's going to get people to play it. And I've heard Persona 4 is good, but it doesn't really look like my kind of game. I don't know. And my idea when the Vita came out was just like, oh, I'll be able to play Call of Duty on it. And that game turned out to be abysmal. So what they're doing, and this is not in the U.S., this is in Japan, $100 off the 3G system. So for a 3G system, it's $199, which I think is a good price. I don't know why you would pay for a 3G system.
How much did it originally sell for? Like, did it originally sell for
$300?
Yeah, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's $300 for the 3G system, $250 for the Wi-Fi. So that makes me think, what are they doing in Japan? Is it going to be $150 for the Wi-Fi now? I don't know.
I guess I don't know. It just.
But anyway, it just sounds like they're going to phase out the 3G model because it's just there's not that addictive Call of Duty multiplayer or multiplayer anything for that matter on the PS Vita that would want you to I don't know what I'm trying to say. Get you to pay $30 a month.
You're trying to think of something to say.
Yeah. To get you to pay $30 a month for a 3G plan when you already have it on your phone. Maybe you do have it on your tablet already, and then so you're going to pay for another thing? No one is really doing that.
No, of course not. Yeah, just
you download all your games, download all your demos at home, and just take them with you. You don't need 3G for that.
Right.
So they're phasing it out, and I don't know. They just need to get some games on the Vita. And this is not happening in North America, but I predict by the summer it has to happen. There's got to be a huge price drop.
You'd hope. You'd really hope it would, you know?
Yeah, and there was a lot of good deals around Black Friday for the Vita. I think that's why Mock picked one up. I think he got one for like $180 with like Assassin's Creed, and that's pretty good. But I got Assassin's Creed also for the Vita, and I never played it. I just I don't know. Maybe I'm just not into handhelds. I want that big screen experience. I want the surround sound. I want everything. Yeah, so who knows how long the Vita is going to last. The only thing that I see it surviving, the only reason why I see it surviving is having that other screen for the PlayStation 4. If they really knock that out of the park, PS4 games streaming to the Vita, have your remote control is your Vita for your PS4. That's the only way I see it surviving because there's just not a lot of great games. And
right.
I don't know. They promised like crossplay, and they did it with PlayStation All Stars. They did it with a couple other games. We actually buy the PS3 version and get the download for free, which is cool. But I don't know. It's just not working. So my decision is, and my wife is very happy about this. I'm going to put it on eBay. I'm going to sell it.
Yes.
I have
Finally.
I have about 5 games for it. I have a nice cradle. It's kind of like a recharging station. I have a 32 gig memory stick that I got probably for $80 or something. And the Vita. So I'm thinking I can sell that, and I'm going to buy a Wii U.
You're going to buy a Wii U? Really?
Dude, I actually got to play Super Mario in Best Buy today.
Oh, my God.
And for that, it's worth it to me. To play a video game with my wife, that's the only game she ever got excited about. That to me is worth it. I've heard good things about Zombie U. I'm excited. I would play for other first-party Nintendo games.
Right.
And they got the cool classic controller. I think I would just use that. I don't know. Just playing Mario in HD, like on a 50-inch screen, 4 players.
Right.
I think that would be worth it. And it's not like I'm going to shell out more money. It's like, well, I would just get rid of my Vita, and then just put it towards the Wii U. So
exactly.
I think that's what I'm going to do. It really pushed me over the edge, actually getting to play the demo, because they never let you play the demos of the Wii U. It's only like the videos. The only demo you get to play is Rayman, which is a cool game, but come on, let's play some other demos. So, yeah, so the Vita, I don't know, bad timing, or maybe that's it for handhelds. Just too much competition, I think.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, for me, a gamer, to be playing games on my tablet when I have a Vita right next to me says something, Right. Like, it really does. I'm a gamer. And
are you? I didn't notice.
Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah. I like video games. Yeah.
Yeah, and you like video games, exactly. A video game, and you like, and you're a gamer who likes video games. Nice.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Yep.
Anyhow, moving along here, Microsoft apparently has no balls because they are backing away from their ban of Flash in Internet Explorer 10. So Microsoft, they were saying, nope, we're not going to have Flash in anything here with Internet Explorer 10. Well, they're now arguing that support for Adobe's browser plugin is an advantage, and Microsoft now permits Flash by default on Windows 8 and Windows RT. Tablets that can't run Flash are merely, quote-unquote, a companion to a PC. Yeah.
Why does everyone hate Flash?
Because it's, you know what, it's one of those things where it uses a lot of processes, it's intensive, and you can do a lot of what you can do in Flash in HTML5, and it used to not be like that, but Apple kind of really pushed it forward because they're like, no Flash.
Does it work in C++?
Yeah, exactly. The thing about Flash is that it's a third-party plugin that is in a lot of places, and so if it crashes, it can take down your browser or lock up your machine or slow things down. Mm-hmm. So, of course, Apple wanted to lock things down with iOS, and they did that, but Flash has really started to lose favor in, just like I said, competition with HTML5. Silverlight is an alternative for that. I don't like having Flash. I left it uninstalled on my Mac. I finally took it off a while back, and it ended up I needed it like 4 days later to watch some like streaming video. I was like, come on. So yeah, what they're saying now is that first off, September last year, Microsoft declared that browser plugins are a relic from the internet's early days, calling them bad for battery life, security, reliability, and privacy, and said it would ban them when Internet Explorer 10 was running with Windows 8's Metro user interface. But Microsoft has now said that they're building a special version of Adobe's plugin directly into Internet Explorer 10, and now it's like they're just saying, hey, you can do whatever you want with it. If it's, we're going to let it go, okay, just work. And I don't understand this. It's like, why? If you made the decision to not support Flash anymore, why are you going to go back on it? You had good reason to make the decision. People are getting by without it.
Getting by without it.
Yeah, I
people are in poverty and starving.
I know. We're arguing about Flash and browsers.
First world problems. Geek problems.
Well, rounding out the news, something that everybody who is in poverty will be able to get their hands on very soon, Google Glass. Google Glass.
They will be in poverty once they buy it.
Yeah, me and you both. Mm-hmm. Google Glass did show off some new apps at South by Southwest, which just wrapped up. Google showed off Evernote, Sketch, Path, and the New York Times. These are all third-party apps that are going to integrate with Google Glass. What is
Sketch?
Sketch, I think, is some sort of like, I could be completely wrong. I think it's some sort of like drawing app or something. SKIT.
Okay.
Let's see what So
you could just walk up to people and just like draw on their face, like Bill Cosby style?
Yeah. All right. So Sketch is actually owned by Evernote, and it looks like it's an annotations style application.
Okay.
So it's just like really like creating shapes and circling things. So it's almost like, you take a photo or you have a diagram of some sort, and then you're going to start actually like annotating it. I didn't even know that they were going to have third-party apps in Google Glass, which I think that
makes sense.
Really cool. Yeah, it's like,
sure.
Man, think of the extensibility of it now. So now, of course, there is a Gmail app also, which is very nice. Although I'm like, why do you need a Gmail app? Shouldn't Gmail just be built in? Like, you just activate it?
Okay.
Yeah, so when an email arrives, Google Glass wearers can use voice command prompts to deliver the sender's image and subject line to the Glass's screen. Users can tell the app what to write back. So you're actually, you tell Glass, hey, let me see that email. It shows it to you, and then you can dictate your reply, which is pretty cool. The New York Times application will deliver an article in the form of an image, headline, byline, and the number of hours ago the article was posted. A tap on Google Glass will prompt the Glasses to then read the article to you. Breaking news feature that automatically refreshes is also in the works. Yeah, just it's crazy the amount of stuff that's gonna like.
I don't know. People are gonna be tripping and falling into each other. And let me just share something. My wife and we took our daughter out to dinner to a diner on Saturday night. And as we were sitting down, I saw a family of 4. It was a son and a daughter. I don't know, like grade school or something. Right. All of them were on either a tablet or their phone.
Yep.
Not speaking to each other.
Why would you speak to each other?
And I'm just like, wow. And then I felt guilty going on my phone.
Yeah, you know what though? It's like, okay, think of when we were kids. What did we have? It's like, oh, you had your Game Boy with
Yeah,
you,
yeah, but a
you know?
kid, like the parents were on tablets too,
Well,
not speaking to their kids, and they're just not talking to each other.
the parents are just as bored. Come
But it's
on.
kind of like, geez, you go out to dinner to talk to each other.
Mhm.
And it's just like with the Google Glass, like everyone, I mean, just picture in the future, everyone's going to have something like this. It's not good. It's your smartphone now, but in the future, it's going to be something like Google Glass. And
Right.
you're not going to actually be talking to people. You're going to be talking like through your Google Glass or something.
Yeah,
Oh my
probably. It's
God.
gonna be like, hey, let me FaceTime you from across the table or something, you know?
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's definitely cool tech, but
Mm-hmm.
jeez, I don't know. I guess that just soured me on technology. Just seeing that whole family just not speaking to each other. It's like, oh God.
Well, I don't know. I think it might be a little bit of an extreme case
Yeah.
that you're showing here. Obviously it's going to happen, and
Yep.
it's one of those things where there's going to become, just like with cell phones and everything else, there's going to be some like sort of etiquette that will evolve and come
I
into
guess so.
play.
Yeah.
You know. But it'll be interesting. Oh man, I can't wait to see these things for real. Like to know, first of all, I just want to know how much they're going to cost, because then it's like, okay, is this going to be a pipe dream, or is this something I can really get? Because at $1,500, I cannot buy this. If it's like $400, yeah, I'm buying it.
You can sell your DeLorean.
No, no.
Time Machine is much cooler than Google Glass.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, hey, what did I tell you when we got together 2 weeks ago? Sell your comic book collection.
It's not worth that much. When we looked at the prices at Jane and Silent Bob's Secret Stash.
Yeah, but you said you have like 1,000 books.
Yeah, but they're not like. I mean, you could only have so many that are quote unquote worth something. But let's face it, it's not. Comic book value is kind of in the decline right now.
Yeah.
You know, it's not really what it's not what it should be.
Yeah.
So.
All
Anyhow, all right. So let's keep the show moving here into Geek This Week, and up to you, Gozer. You want to take it, or you want me to go?
Yeah, I'll take it. I don't have that much. Finished House of Cards, the Netflix exclusive. Whoa, my disguise just fell off of my face there for a minute on Google Effects. Okay, good. My anonymity is protected. So, finished House of Cards, 13 episodes. Got really pissed off at myself because I was on episode 12 and realized that we skipped episode 9 by accident.
Oh,
and I'm like, how did this happen? And then we thought back, we're like, oh, the baby probably woke up or was sick or something. So, so going back and watching an episode, especially because it was before a big thing that happened, like a big kind of turning point for the show. So it was kind of like, well, we gotta watch it because we didn't see it. So we watched it, and then we went back to the last episode, and it's just a really, really good show. Obviously, they leave it open for season 2. I mean, like, really leave it open for season 2.
Like, it's dead obvious.
Yeah, it's kind of like, and you know what's going to happen, but it's kind of like, oh, really? Like, you couldn't give us more? Like, you just, not even like a cliffhanger, just more like, okay, it doesn't really end. Yeah, and there's no real conclusion kind of thing. So this is done. You actually finished the whole season. You polished it off. That was quick. That was really quick. Well, it's 13 episodes. We did it in about a month. You could really knock it out like in a weekend, really. Because it's just 13 episodes. You know, you really could. But because, you know, life is busy, as you know, I don't know, one or two episodes a week. Yeah, I highly recommend it. If you have Netflix streaming, you've got to watch it. It's just a really, really good political drama. Just all kind of deceit and just backstabbing and everything, and just trying to get to the top, just in really ill ways. And the last thing I'm geeking out to is I stopped at Best Buy. Whoa, my disguise went away for a second again. Whoa, hey! I picked up a new tripod. I had this old tripod for my camera, for both my cameras, my SLR and my video camera, and it's just kind of creaky when I turn it, and it's just kind of old and just seems rusty. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me go out and just kind of look at tripods. I don't really know anything about them or what's good. So I went to Best Buy, and the cool thing is they have a lot of tripods out to display, and I was just picking some up and just playing with them. And there you go. See, you need the brick and mortar store to do things like this. You can't just, if you want to try out a tripod, you can't just order it online, you know? So I picked up this tripod. It's called, what is it called? It's from Italy. Manfrotto.
Manfrotto?
Yeah, it's a horrible name. It's a horrible name. But the cool thing is, I'll show you how small this thing gets, and it's really cool because I can actually put it in my camera bag, and it's, I would say, I don't know, like 1.5 feet. Like, it's really not that big when it's when it's totally collapsed up. It has 4 things that you open up so the legs expand. Usually they have, like, a tripod has like 2. This thing has 4, so it gets to like regular size, regular height for a good tripod. But the coolest thing is the handle, and it fits with like any SLR, any video camera. It just has that screw on the top. The cool thing is with the handle, you can make it video camera mode, and then if you unclick it, there's this little thing on the side like a button. It can be still picture mode, where you can just move the tripod anywhere with the camera on it. Left, right, any weird angle, and then click it again, and it locks into video camera mode, so it's only going up, down, left, right, and not at these weird angles. So,
that's pretty cool.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're shooting video, you don't want it looking like a Batman from the 1960s. So it automatically just kind of straightens everything out, which is a really, really cool feature. And this next feature is what really pushed me over the edge to pick up this tripod. In order to kind of tighten and loosen the tripod real quick when you're moving it up, down, left, and right, there's like this wheel where you're it's almost like a gun handle that you're gripping onto when you're moving the camera. And there's this wheel where your thumb goes. And what you do is, when you're moving it around and you want it to lock into place, just slowly scroll the wheel up, and it locks. And then scroll it down, and then it unlocks. And it's just really quick, it's really innovative, and it's really better than anything I've seen. Because most tripods have that kind of stick that juts out, and you have to twist the stick, and it's just, I just never liked that. So I'm really enjoying this. I only picked it up today, so I actually haven't used it like in the wild, but I highly recommend it. I will talk about it next week too, just to see how it goes. But it goes from like 1.5 feet to like, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet in the air. So it's really cool. Again, it's called Manfrotto. It's from Italy, and it works really with anything. And I think it was about $60. And it's so compact. It's great.
And it's going to marry female Frodo?
I would think so. Yeah.
And they're both going to walk the ring to Mordor?
Woman Frodo, yeah. Don't throw this tripod into the pit of fire, though.
No, in Mount Doom, just don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'm geeking out to.
All right, pretty cool, excellent. All right, so what I'm geeking out to, first off, is Mailbox for iOS. And, we talked about this in a couple of previous episodes where there's a big waiting list. It really manages your email.
Okay,
what's it all about?
There are 213,291 people in front of me, 381,259 people behind me. So I think I started off at like 700,000.
Something like that. My wife is around 700,000 right now. Actually, she's about 500,000. Yeah, it's a lot of people. But
so another couple of weeks, I guess.
I am really, really enjoying it because it's like triage for your email. It's like email comes in, and instead of just letting it sit, it's like, oh, let me just get this out of the way. And it's either opening the message and reading it real quick to reply or archive it or delete it. Like some email you get, it's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to delete that. But it's just like, oh, you know what? I don't need that until later. Let me just snooze the message.
Okay.
One cool way I do that is when I buy something, I get my email receipt sent to me. So whether it be on Woot or whatever, as soon as I make my purchase, the email comes in. So I'm like, well, I don't want to archive it because I want to make sure that, hey, in a few days are they going to ship me my stuff? I don't want to leave it in my inbox, so I'll snooze it for like 2 days, 3 days. And it's like, okay, well, if it pops in and I haven't gotten a shipping notification, I know I need to look into it. Also, if I get my shipping notification email, I will track the package, see what day it's scheduled to be delivered, and I will
Mhm.
snooze the email until that day. So it's like, okay, well, when that email comes in, I know that's the day it's getting delivered.
Okay.
Things like that are really, really cool. Or, you get an email, it's like, hey, I got to call this guy back in a few hours. I'll snooze it so that it's almost like a reminder, because when the email comes back into your inbox,
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
yeah, you get another notification, and it ends up working out really well.
So can you, when you put it on snooze, like how long is the snooze?
It's whatever you want it to be. You can snooze messages.
You can set it when you hit snooze. You can set it.
Yeah, when you hit snooze,
Okay.
you get options. It doesn't give you hard numbers, but you can set a hard number. You get later, this evening, tomorrow, this weekend, next week, in a month, and then someday.
Okay.
Like
Someday.
those are all the options. Now the cool thing is that if you snooze a message, it's not like, oh my god, I lost it. You just hit the little clock icon, and it shows you all your snoozed messages, and you can move it back to the inbox. You can do whatever you need to it. It's not like once you snooze it, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Or if you snoozed it and then you go, I really don't need that tomorrow, it can wait till next week, you can then go back into the message and change the snooze on it. But man, it's really, really good. And they need an iPad version. I need a version for the iPad.
You know that's going to be coming.
Yeah, I was really disappointed that Sparrow was using was developing an iPad app, and it just never came out. Google bought them, and then the whole thing was scrapped. So we'll see what happens, but man, they really, really need an iPad version. It would be just so good. Yeah, so if you guys are waiting in line, keep waiting in line. It is absolutely worth it. I have very few gripes about the app, especially because it's a 1.0 release. I know they're going to upgrade a whole ton of stuff, and there's going to be a lot of cool features put in, I'm sure. So, and it's free. You can't argue with free.
Yeah.
Also, I've been watching a lot of the video series on YouTube, Angry Video Game Nerd.
What got you back into that?
You know what? I've been watching it sporadically here and there over the past few months. It's one of those things where the videos are short, so it's like, I got 20 minutes to kill while I'm eating breakfast. I'm gonna put it on, and I would put it on my iPad. I would go on my iPad into the YouTube app, and I would just do a search for Angry Video Game Nerd, and I would scroll through to find an episode that I wanted to watch. So after a while, I was like, you know what? Like, it's harder to find an episode from searching. Like, I almost spend more time searching than watching the episode.
Yeah.
So I went on Wikipedia, and sure enough, they have a whole episode guide. Like they have every episode.
He doesn't have like a YouTube channel that just has them in order?
He does. I don't think they're in order, though, or they don't come up in order on the iPad app. I don't know for sure.
I see.
So I keep a tab open in Safari, and it's the list of Angry Video Game Nerd episodes, and I decided to go back to the start and watch them in order from the beginning. And they're pretty short, and they're fun. It's just mindless stuff, but it's fun.
He has a potty mouth.
Yeah, it is not for the faint of heart. But it's pretty cool. It's fun to watch. It's cool to see all the classic games, especially because he did an entire review of the movie Ninja Turtles 3, which was just horrendous. I never saw it, but it looked terrible.
I think I saw it. Maybe I saw the whole thing, but I just don't remember them fighting in the movie. Like, they didn't fight. Did he say something about that?
Yeah, he talks about the number of fights in each movie and how, I think he said that, like, there were 4 fights in the first movie. There were, like, no, there were 5 fights in the first, 4, I think, in the second, and this one had 2. Yeah. And apparently Michelangelo got abducted in the beginning of the movie, so none of the fights had Michelangelo in it until the end.
Oh, I don't remember that. When a movie franchise is just going off the rails, when it's like they have to go to like a different time period or dress up or something.
Or they go to space.
Exactly, I was just going to say. Once they go to space, it's like, forget it. Ninja Turtles 4, go to space.
Yeah,
Jason, Michael Bay.
Jason in space,
Exactly. So, Jason X, Leprechaun in space.
Yeah, and it's just so funny, though, because it's like all the video game stuff that we grew up with that, like, we almost got suckered into. It's just like you look at this stuff and you're like, oh my god! Like I just watched last night. He reviewed Silver Surfer for NES, and and he talks about how incredibly hard. Like it's like he says it's like the hardest game ever, and he shows how hard the game is. Like it's insanely hard.
What is it? A side scroller, pretty much like spaceship game, or?
Sort of, but you can't touch anything. It's insane. Right. But I remember like as a kid, I was out with a whole bunch of people, and somebody went into like electronics boutique and bought Silver Surfer, and they were like super excited about it. And I'm like, oh,
well, that's
man,
the
like,
thing that get
sucked.
like old school games. It's just like, oh, it's just the box art, and it's like,
Yep.
okay, there's nothing else that exists like that, so you have to play it. And he did his review of Ghostbusters for NES. I don't know if you watched that one.
Yes, I watched all three.
It's the same one for the Sega Master System, which I played.
Mhm.
And when that came out, I bought it because there was a Ghostbusters logo on the front of the game. I
Yeah.
had no idea how horrendous it was. But you know what? I still played a lot of that game because you had nothing else. There was no other
Exactly.
Ghostbuster game. That's all you could play. It's the closest thing you can get to it, and it was just. I just remember playing it. I'm like, what? Like, what am I doing? What is this? What
I
is?
had it. I had it for Atari 2600, and I don't have it anymore. But it was just so bad. All I remember is because it loops the theme song.
Yeah.
All I remember is getting yelled at that like turn the sound down
Yes.
on the television.
Yes,
I
yes.
got yelled at all the time for that.
I remember the Master System version had the bouncing ball that would play the lyrics in the title screen. I don't know if the NES version had that. But I just thought that was like amazing that it did that. I even remember making a Ghostbuster movie with my friend. I must have been in like third grade, but we had the real Ghostbusters figures, and the beginning of the movie was that game playing with the title screen and everything, and yeah, it was just terrible.
Yeah.
And
You know what? It's one of those things where we were victims of a world with no internet,
yeah.
where you couldn't actually like say, "Hey, is this game good? Let me look it up." No,
Yeah.
you were a victim of good box
It's
art.
just there. Exactly. It's the box art. You walk into a store, you see that, or you see Silver Surfer on a box art. Yep, I'm gonna buy it
right.
because
Exactly.
that's all you had. And then all you had was magazines to tell you about games. But I don't know. They were probably somewhat biased. But oh man, you know what? And that's what really made me so excited when the Ghostbusters game came out in 2009. I'm like, finally, this is going to be awesome. They got all the original cast members. This is always what I've wanted since I was like a little kid. And the Genesis version, I played a lot of it, but it really wasn't. It was weird. It was not a Ghostbusters game, really.
But the new one was good. I enjoyed it. It was a good game.
It really was. I really enjoyed. I just really appreciated what they did with it, and all the guys talked to you and everything. And it's really, it had its problems, and getting knocked down every 5 seconds. But it really was fun. We had a good time multiplayer, and it's just it was just really good. So yeah. Whoa! Always going on either Ghostbusters or Back to the Future on this show. But yeah, Angry Video Game Nerd. Yeah, I should get into watching a bunch of.
It's fun.
You do like a Friday the 13th or a Nightmare on Elm Street for the
Both.
NES.
Both, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and they were like back to back, which is cool. Yeah, so it's fun. And you don't have to really be into video games to watch. It's just classic gaming.
It's just funny. It's fun.
Yeah, because it's just like he really calls it like he sees it. Especially the Sega CD and Sega 32X reviews, they are downright hysterical.
Oh boy, what do you do for the Sega CD? Like Sewer Shark?
He reviewed more the console than the game. So he talked about Sewer Shark. He talked about he was going to review Corpse Killer, but the game wasn't working.
I never played that.
Just more about the full motion video, but it's so funny because
yeah.
it's like, how the games used to talk to you for the Sega CD games? It's like, the guy's like, this is ridiculous. And he's like, yeah, this game really sucks.
Yeah.
That's why it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's good editing. He's funny. He was at PhillyCon, I think. Mac, one of our listeners, went there and met him. So
Yeah, exactly.
He's a little famous internet guy, the Angry Video Game Nerd. So yeah, check it out. Good stuff.
It's a lot of fun. It's pretty cool. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving along here to the Geek's Choice, and this was a little interesting thing that came down the pike that I didn't even know was coming out, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really either. They've had the TiVo stream, which is basically streaming stuff to your iPad, or I think it does Android too, and that's about $130, and that's pretty cool, but I really wouldn't have a use for that. So what they just came out, and yes, just like you, for me, this was out of nowhere. For $100, you can get a TiVo Mini, which looks like looks like the bottom of a pyramid or something.
Yeah, it's
I guess it's cool looking, I guess.
It's interesting. So pretty much what the TiVo Mini is designed to do is to let you watch live TV and recorded shows on a second television that does not get connected to your cable line. So it's cool. So let's say you have a guest bedroom and you hook up a TV and it's like there's no line, or it's not really feasible for you to put a wire where the TV is. Well, just hook up a TiVo Mini using HDMI and using your network. Boom. It will
wait. I have to stop you on that. There's no Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi? What?
No Wi-Fi. You have to hook it up to your modem, and it doesn't say that here on the page.
Oh, you know what? There's a tab that says what you need, and it says wired Ethernet.
Yes. No. Charge $130 for this thing and put stupid Wi-Fi in it.
Yeah. Well, okay. Here's the annoying thing here. It's $5 a month service charge.
No.
You can't even do lifetime or anything else, and it uses one of the tuners on your TiVo. So now, if you have the new TiVo 4 tuner Premiere unit, it's like, okay, that's cool. It's only one of 4 tuners. But what if you only have a 2 tuner TiVo Premiere?
Doesn't work with mine. Doesn't work with the TiVo Premiere or the Premiere XL, and only works with the latest TiVo.
Just awful.
No, it's just everything is too expensive, and I'm really kind of baffled, and I hate to say it, that TiVo is still lasting this long, because everyone's just getting a DVR. The Hopper, I keep hearing great things about the Hopper, and I don't think they charge you for those satellite units.
I don't know exactly how that works with the Hopper.
I don't think they do. I think you pay for the DVR, and then everything just goes to the other satellite units, and you don't pay for them. And that's really the way to go. Just the fact that you have to pay $5 a month for this. You need the latest TiVo for this to work properly, or to use one of the tuners to watch live TV.
Right.
Because a lot of times I have 2 shows going on at once, so this would be useless to me in my bedroom. But there's no Wi-Fi. No.
Yeah. That's a big problem, because you not only need Wi-Fi for the TiVo Mini, but then you need Ethernet for your actual TiVo.
Yep.
So how is that going to work?
No.
You're in 2 separate rooms. Where are you plugging this Ethernet into?
Yes, and you're not going to have your modem in your bedroom, right? Probably not.
Most people will probably not.
No, probably like on the first floor, or probably by, I don't know, where your phone jack is or something. You're not going to put this in your living room as your main TiVo. The TiVo is going to be your main TiVo. This is something that should be wireless. You should not have to pay a monthly subscription. And I mean, it's like, come on, it should work with the older TiVos. It's not even the older TiVos. It's like they're 2 or 3 years old, the Premieres.
Yeah, and this is the thing that annoys me. It's like, okay, I have the TiVo HD. It's deprecated. They don't develop for it. Nothing new comes out for it.
Yep.
It sucks, but I've little by little accepted that.
Hey, I got you that as a wedding gift.
I know, but it's just...
No, I know. It's old. It's 2007. It's old.
Yeah, but you know what, though? When it comes to entertainment center components, you don't upgrade them like you upgrade tech.
Yeah.
My phone gets upgraded every 2 years. My computer upgrade every 5-6 years, let's say. There's certain things that you upgrade. TV equipment, not really.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't. I don't know. It's frustrating. So, it's like, okay, I finally kind of accepted this. Like, all right, I'm not really going to be able to get any of the new TiVo features. But hey, the Premiere, everyone talks about the Premiere. You've told me about the Premiere, how great it is. And I'm like, all right, maybe.
Well, it's inconsistent.
Right, but it's like, okay, maybe I'll pick up the Premiere. Oh, well, you have the 2 tuner Premiere. Sorry, you can't use this. Like, just, God, I don't know. And it's like, I still agree that TiVo still has the best interface of any DVR. It's the most easiest to use.
Yeah,
it's super intuitive. But man, oh man, like this TiVo Mini
too expensive.
Yeah, I'm not.
Everything's too expensive.
It's another $100 on top of the service, and it's like, okay. Oh, all right. So they do offer lifetime. I just looked into this. They do offer product lifetime.
Yeah, they do. I think it's like $150 or something.
Yep, it's $150.
So you're paying $250 to stream things from your TiVo 4-tuner TiVo.
Right. So you buy your 4-tuner TiVo, which is probably like $300-400. Then you need
the lowest
service
model,
on that.
one, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So what they're saying is, all right. So the TiVo Premiere 4-tuner is $249. So you buy the $249 unit, then you got to get the service on it. So if you want product lifetime, it's $500. They have jacked up the price by $200. It used to be $299 for lifetime service.
Wait a minute. For your Premiere?
For the TiVo Premiere service agreement, it's $14.99 a month or $500.
So
it was never that expensive for TiVo lifetime product lifetime.
Okay, so you'll pay, the lowest model is $250
plus $500 for product.
Plus $500.
You're at $750, $850 with the mini, and then another $150. So you're at $1,000.
Oh,
$1,000 for
no.
2 units and lifetime service on both. Oh, and wait a minute. If you want to watch on your iPad or your mobile device, you need the TiVo Stream.
Oh.
You need the freaking TiVo Stream on top of that.
Oh, like, TiVo.
So you're at $1,000 and you don't even have the functionality yet of watching it on your mobile device.
Now, Aaron, what if 72 HD hours is not enough?
Oh, okay. Well, if 72 HD hours are not enough, you can get the TiVo Premiere 4 XL, which is 300 HD hours, but that's another $150. So now
$400, you're over $1,000.
Yeah, wow. you're at that point what? $1,150?
Yeah.
I think. Oh, and yeah, TiVo Stream is $130.
Ugh.
Just for the capability of watching TV and controlling your TiVo fully through your iPad or your mobile device. It's like, why don't they just build this in? There is no reason that this can't be done in one unit. Wow. I'm sorry, but this is just absurd.
You know, TiVo is good, but it's not that good.
Oh, man, it's like,
no kind of DVR is that good for that amount of money. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just absurd. I can't believe the amount of money that they want to charge people.
So here's what they have to do. Stop with these absurd prices for the DVRs and all these extra units. Yes, they are cool. Yes, but not at that price point. Put a TiVo into the new Xbox.
Yeah.
And that would be amazing.
I would even buy it. If they put a TiVo app in Xbox and was like, look, it's one-time fee of $20, let's say.
Yeah.
I'd be like, sold. Sold.
Yeah.
Just, it's on your network and it accesses what's on your TiVo? Sold. Done. That's fine.
Yeah, even that. Yeah. But, and that's what I said. And we haven't seen anything like that for the PS4. They're probably going to announce, the new Xbox. And just like I said in the prediction show, they have put a cable box in the new Xbox. Do something. Put TiVo in there, and put a cable card slot in there, and that's everything. That's TiVo. That's video games. That's movies. That's everything, and that would be amazing. TiVo would survive. Xbox would do amazingly well. That's what you got to do, because this is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just absurd. Like, I understand they have needs for getting revenue. But come on,
this is like for rich people. I mean, really.
Yeah. No thanks.
No,
just no thanks.
Oh, we just crapped all over TiVo.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into something very, very cool here, which is our featured segment, and this is a review of Charge Card for iPhone and Android. And I actually just got my Charge Card 2 weeks ago. And it is freaking awesome. So Charge Card is a very, very simple concept. It's a USB charging cable that can fit virtually in anyone's wallet. So you always have a charger cord on you at all times.
With a USB on the other end, or an actual plug?
Both. So
really?
Yeah, if you click through to the link for Charge Card Project, it's chargecardproject.com, guys.
Yeah, I heard about this.
So Charge Card, it is the size of a credit card in length and width, and the thickness is, I don't know the exact measurements, but it's not really. It's like the thickness of maybe 4 credit cards stacked. Like it's really not a lot.
Oh wow.
In the middle
Interesting.
of it is a USB plug, and it comes out, and it has this band. It's kind of rubbery, and so it's flexible. You can move it all
Uh-huh.
around. That plugs into the USB port, and on the end of it is either an iPhone 4 dock connector plug, a micro USB plug, or an iPhone 5 plug, depending on the model that you buy. So,
Huh.
hey, your phone's running out of juice, your iPad's running out of juice, whatever. Oh, you're near a computer, you're near any device that has a USB port, which most electronics do have a USB port these days.
Yep.
You need a charging cable, you didn't bring it with you. Hey, you have one in your freaking wallet.
Wow.
Always.
Wow. Pretty cool.
Yeah, and so this was a Kickstarter project initially that I had backed a while ago, and when I first saw it, I was like, "Huh, that's pretty interesting," but I wasn't sure if it was gonna make it or anything like that. But with only 5,400 backers, they beat their goal of $50,000. They raised $161,000, and it was delayed like most, Kickstarter projects are. It was supposed to be delivered, end of last year.
Hmm.
But you know what? There were delays, and it ends up that it was worth it. It's a great thing here. Comes in black, white, and then teal on brown, and it's only $25. Like,
Yeah. That's a good price.
yeah, that's really, really good. And like I said, it just fits in your wallet. And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, sometimes you're going to be somewhere where, hey, you may run out of battery. You're going to need to have your charger cord with you, so you bring it with you. But there are plenty of times, like, I just have my phone with me, I'm doing stuff, and then something happens, and I'm on my phone a lot for a couple of hours, and my
Hmm.
battery just runs down.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, hey, does anybody have their iPhone cord with them? No. I just pull out my wallet, I pull out charge card, I plug it in, and I'm done, which
Mm.
is so cool. And it's funny, everyone I show this to, they're just like, wait, so how do you charge this? Like, they think it's a battery.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's not a battery. Like, if you need an extra battery, you got to get like the Mophie juice pack or something like that.
Hmm.
But you could plug it in. Like, you have TVs have USB ports, cable boxes have freaking USB ports. I mean, there's
Hmm.
USB ports in everything,
Hmm.
and that's the great thing about it. And so you just charge. It's just really cool to have a charger cord on you at all times. Like,
And it's really like that thin and doesn't get in the way.
yeah, it's crazy. It is 2.54 millimeters thick, which is zero point 0.1 inches. That's how thick it
Wow.
is.
Wow.
And it is the dimensions of a credit card. I have it in my wallet in a credit card slot.
Hmm.
Yeah, just
Cool.
it's crazy. It is up to 3.1 amp compatible, and it is a standard USB 2.0 charging cable, and
And it's
yeah,
just a charging cable.
it's just a charging cable. It's not a
So
battery.
yeah, when you plug it into like any computer, iTunes is not going to pop up or anything like that.
Well, no, that's just based on the computer. iTunes could pop up. You just close it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a rubber coated plastic, and it has a rubber tongue in the middle for the USB plug. So it's flexible. So if the USB plug isn't angled properly, like, you can just rotate and plug it in. Like, it's not like really cumbersome to use or anything like that.
Mhm.
It's a really, really cool product. I highly recommend it at this point. I've used it a couple times. It really comes in handy, and the great thing is that it's available for all the major devices here. So it doesn't matter if you have a micro USB port or an iPhone 5, iPhone 4, or whatever. It's
Mhm.
gonna fit and work. You just have to get the right model. The other cool thing is that when you're done with it, the USB plug in the middle, when you fold it back into the charge card, it snaps into place. Like, there's tiny little teeth in it, like a little
Okay.
groove. So it snaps into place. So when you take this thing in and out of your wallet, it's not like the USB tongue in the middle flops around. Like,
Mhm.
it's locked in there,
Mhm.
which is nice as well. So
Cool.
yeah, it's really cool. And look, it's $25. Like, you
Yeah.
can't go wrong for $25.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, if you're interested in this, check it out. It's chargecardproject.com. For me, it's a must-own. It's kind of like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Even if you only need it once or twice,
Mm-hmm.
Time where that's a time it's absolutely worth it. Because, man, when you need your phone and your battery is dying,
Yeah.
there's no worse feeling than, like, oh, I can't charge. Like, what am I going to do? I need battery.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, charge card. It's freaking awesome. So check it out. All right, guys, that is it for this edition of the Geekcast, episode 343. Wanted to thank everybody for listening and subscribing. You can check us out online on Twitter. I am Aaron Crocco, and also the Geekcast.
Gozer 360.
Our website with all the information on how to contact us is available at www.geekcastonline.com. 206-350-5000 is the voicemail line, and geekcast@gmail.com is the best way to email us. Guys, we are on Google+, as we said a little earlier. Just search for the Geekcast. You'll see our album art, and just click on us, and you can follow us, and we're going to try to be a little more lively on there. But this episode, and hopefully a lot of future ones, we're going to do Hangouts on air, so you can watch us do the show live.
Yeah, we got 2 comments tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, so we record the show on Tuesday evenings around 8:30 Eastern Time here in the United States, and we'd love to have you guys part of the show. You can comment on it as we go, and it's a lot of fun. So, guys, that is it for episode 343. We will see you next time for episode 344. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. We're still broadcasting, just so you know.
Ooh, you look fine.
I want to see if I can, like, pipe some audio through here. Yeah, I don't think I can. Actually, let me try one thing here.
Oh, you mean like music or sound effects?
Yeah, I want to try something. I want to be able to pipe audio into the Hangout.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the microphone. That's AirPlay. I don't want that. Soundflower.
Happy birthday to me!
Yeah, it's not going to work. There's a soundboard plugin that I can get, but I have to
What the hell?
to do it. So
Yeah, I like this.
yeah, we had a few people watching. There you go.
Good. Oh, you're not fast enough, disguise! Oh!
Hey, it's pretty cool how it works, though, you know?
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at my cake with my monocle.
All right.
Oh my God, look at this. Google sweatband. Dr. Seaside.
You could do like the random. Oh, that's good.
No, that's what I'm doing. I just keep doing random. Boogie.
Jeez.
I can do this for hours. All right, I gotta go.
All right, man. I will talk to you later. Take it easy.
Yeah, the upload is uploading.
Awesome. All right. Take it easy.
All right,
Bye.
cool.